Hello, this is James. I've been going through the KC Cup Stage 1, and I'm at Duel level 19, and I've been using Saffira Cyber Angels. And before, the earlier video I made about the beatdown Hazy Flame Family Fire Fist deck, it didn't. I was stuck at 12. I kept bouncing between 10 and 12, and I needed just a little more power. And since I did have a Saffira, I decided to make that popular Saffira Cyber Angels deck that I've been hearing about so much. And you can make this deck with only one Saffira if you have one Senju because of Ben-10. Now, if you know about the Cyber Angels already, you know that if you have an Ida-10, a Ben-10, and then one, like any ritual card, any of these three, then you can get out either Dakini or Saffira, because when you tribute Ben 10 for Ida 10, you can use Ida 10's effect to get any ritual card from your deck or graveyard, and you can use Ben 10's effect to get any light fairy type monster from your deck to your hand. So not the graveyard, but from the deck. So if Senju's in the deck, you can summon Ida 10, tribute the Ben 10, add Senju and Hymn of Light, and then play Senju, and Senju searches Saffira. And so, with only one Senju, Saffira Cyber Angels can be consistent with only one Saffira. And the reason that this is a good deck for the KC Cup, well, for the higher levels, under level 10, under 12, Hazy Flame Fire Fist is good because it's fast, right? It's really, really fast, and you climb ranks quickly. But then, for me at least, it kind of stalled out. And also, I wanted to practice Cyber Angels for Stage 2. So I'm at Duel level 19, and I think that I'll kind of stay there to keep practicing, because that's where people are taking the game seriously. But anyway, the reason that the Cyber Angels are good, and the reason you want Saffira at all, really, I mean, she has these really good effects, like when a light monster is tributed, then you can pick one of these, draw two, discard one random card from your opponent's hand, which is great. Add one light monster from your graveyard to your hand. Those are all crazy useful. But the real reason you want Saffira is the Hymns of Light. Having Hymn of Light or Machine Angel Ritual in your graveyard protects your monsters. I mean, Hymn of Light protects ritual monsters, and then Machine Angel Ritual protects any light monster. But basically, they are used so that Dakini and Saffira can stick their faces like right in your opponent's offensive position and take a super rush without blinking, and still stay on the field. It won't stop the Dakini tribute take that I'll show you, that if you don't already know. But sometimes you want to make that play if you assume that they have an enemy controller, or if you're going to lose, regardless. But yeah, that's the real secret sauce of the deck, is the protection afforded by these three cards. And I only have one Senju. You should play more, because the Light Fairy jams with Machine Angel, Absolute Ritual. But I do have a Sonic Bird, and in my mind these two are friends, and Sonic Bird has pulled my butt out of the fire more than a couple times. One more thing is with balance. Sometimes you can get a bricked hand with three spell cards and then one random monster that doesn't really help, and then you just keep drawing spell cards, and it's frustrating. If that happens, you can consider doing this. You can add a Venu and maybe take out a Sprite's Blessing, and then in that case, Venu is just a big body that you contribute for your Dakini or your Saffira using Hymn of Light. And then also he can be used for Machine Angel Absolute Ritual, but then in that case only for Dakini. And then here I have balance on my Crowler, and I just have 5 random, like the weakest extra deck monsters, because I know that one day there's going to be like a spell card or a trap card that just allows the opponent to, in very special cases, special summon one of your extra deck monsters, and I don't want them to get, one of my good extra deck monsters. Like, this one, or that one, or that one. Or God, Ojama King. I would feel very silly. Roll the clips! So this first match is why I started using Saffira Cyber Angels. Is because I read this deck, a Seto Kaiba without balance, without an extra deck. You are me. You are me from the past. And the main issue with Hazy Flame family is that if they do read your intentions, and they get out a monster with more than 3200 attack. 3200 attack is like the maximum of that deck, the way I showed it. And that's with all 3 fire formations in your spell and traps, and a coyote with 2 other level 5 or higher monsters fueling your beatdown. So I know you, I beat you, past self. Getting better each day. And here's a Phoenix fight, and this shows, for those of you that don't know, why Cyber Rangers are so hated and feared in the past. And it's because they can just quickly second turn KO you. And this was before people, like, man, for months I didn't know that you could use you could chain enemy controller, not chain. Chain enemy controller to Dakini's effect to destroy the Dakini. So that's before that was common knowledge. And we go ahead and get our precise, exact lethal. No enemy controller, we don't have to worry about that. We just send it straight to the graveyard, and we don't activate the Fire King's effect, because Fire King effects are activated by destroy effects, and Dakini is sent to the graveyard. And you generally, unless you can go for something big, you don't want to destroy the Fire King monsters, because then that lets them either destroy something from their hand, the Phoenix, or it destroys the Fire King Island, which lets Phoenix come back and attack you on that turn. This is a fun fight. This is against an Arcana, and Dakini is all well and good, but we want to know about Saffira. So with 1 Senju in our deck, and a Dakini, and a Ben 10, and a ritual card in our hand, we can get our Saffira out, because Dakini Ben 10 gives us any light monster and any ritual card from anywhere, from even in the graveyard. And so we're able to summon our Saffira. We test with the Senju. And the reason I like Saffira is because discarding it, we can just run right into that. We don't care. We can run right into that Super Rush, and Hymn of Light lets us protect. And we try and discard that Dark Magician, but we just get secret rules, ancient rules. But he has a second ancient rules, and he gets out his. And what I'm worried about is 1,000 Knives, but he doesn't have that. Otherwise, he would totally use it. But I protect the. I get a little greedy. And I protect the, not bad greedy, good greedy. I protect the Senju. And here, if it's another Super Rush, I can Tribute Take with the Econ from my hand. I can Tribute Take Senju for Dark Magician. So even though Hymn of Light has been banished, Saffira is still protected. And even though we didn't get a good card with Saffira's discard effect. Well, it would have been good, but he didn't have exactly 2 in his hand. And 2 out of 2 in the entire game. That's some pretty good luck. But we're gonna go ahead and tribute for our Dakini. Saffira's done her job. We're gonna tribute for our Dakini. And go ahead and not destroy, send to the graveyard. It's an important distinction. Whenever you're reading the cards and you're thinking about Dakini, make a distinction between destroy and send to the graveyard. And then we bring our Saffira back. So that's the powerful synergy between Dakini and Saffira. Dakini, an engine of destruction, a vigorous blue avatar of strength and fire. Saffira, a calm, invigorating presence of light. And once again, I believe our Dakini is protected, and I'm just being like extra paranoid. So I go ahead and in case he has a Kuribo, I bring forth Saffira once more. Do the E to 10 Ben 10 combo again, because I bring E to 10 back with Dakini's effect. And then that lets us get a Sprite's Blessing and power it up over lethal. Great. And here's a mirror match, and this is an example of why you don't want to get too happy with the Dakini send to the graveyard effect. So it's a mirror. He discards with Saffira, and I luck out, and he discards a card that I have 2 of, Machine Angel Absolute Ritual. We get our Dakini out because you always want to do the 8-10 Ben 10 combo when you can. That's the true power of Cyber Angels, is all of that searching. But we go ahead and we send to the graveyard, and we set our enemy controller, because I can feel it. He has a Dakini. He's going to think that I'm bluffing with a ritual card, and I'm not. And Dakini's is only out, because he doesn't have enough cards to summon and enemy controller. So he goes ahead and takes the gamble and activates Send to the Graveyard. And then you chain to Dakini. You chain your Econ to Dakini, and that lets you choose his monster as one that you send to the graveyard. And here he's scooped. There we go. This is a Teo Gladiator Beasts fight, and I've cut to turn 4 because because before she wasn't able to get out any monsters. I got out a bunch of monsters, but then we get Wall of Disruption, which is a problem. We were able to discard 2 enemy controllers from her hand in the beginning. It takes forever. This is why I don't like this deck for climbing the timed ladder like the KC Cup, because especially with Gladiator Beasts, like the game checks with you and your monster's effects, and then Dakini and Saffira, and then it checks with the Gladiator Beast trap cards. But anyway, so he kills our Saffira, and we bring out our Cyber Petite, and we Machine Angel Ritual for a E to 10 to give us a Cyber, because remember, summoning E to 10 gives us a ritual spell card. So before, in the beginning, we Saffira discarded an enemy controller, and then when Saffira went to attack, she got enemy controllered again. and that's why. And so there were 2 in the graveyard, and that's why I went ahead and used Dakini's Send to the Graveyard effect. It wasn't 100%, but Gladiator Beast players, they usually don't do more than 2. Sometimes it's 3 if they're really hardcore worried about Cyber Angels, like in a tournament. But 2 I felt pretty good, and puts the impenetrable attack. I guess he's just scooping. Maybe that was a misplay. But here's a I haven't seen psychics. I haven't seen psychics in a while. Go ahead and summon our Senju. Usually I like to have Senju in the deck, because then we can E10 Ben 10 from Senju, Saffira. But I don't think we were gonna have Saffira this time. So we suicide into the Serene Psychic Witch, puts out a power injector, and you know the human psychic board is coming. Destructotron. I put down an enemy controller to ward off lethal damage. I let him pay 1,000 life points, and then I put his newly summoned Destructotron into defense position, so then he can only attack with the power injector. But we gotta get something figured out this turn, because we can't econ stall forever. So we use our Cyber Petite, and then now we can eat a 10 Ben 10 for our Dakini, because Senju's already used. We can't use Senju into Saffira. And besides, we have plenty of cards, and Saffira discard is best, like, on your first turn. Afterwards, it doesn't matter so much, because all the, they already have they've played all the cards that they want to play. We go ahead and get out our Dakini, and I don't think that Cyber Angels go for the destroy effect, but I don't activate it, and it's the right call. But then he plays enemy controller anyway, which is great. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to preemptively activate your enemy controller. You chain it to Dakini's effect. So I think this is a bit of a new player that got a hold of some psychic cards. And here again, I let the Destructotron, because he's trying to make his board bigger than my Dakini. I let the Destructotron damage him for 1,000 life points. I put the newly summoned Borg in defense position, and I protect Dakini with Machine Angel Ritual. Scoop. Too much preparedness. This last clip is a mirror match against a Bellion Crowler Cyber Angels deck, and we have a big problem, because he gets out a big juicy Venu, and the only thing I can do is to, because even if I did summon the Dakini, he would just pick the other monster, and then I'd be stuck. So I use Saffira to let myself draw some more cards, give myself some options, and I go ahead and summon Senju. Senju fighting alongside Saffira for the first time. And we go ahead and get out our Ben 10 to pump up, because I'm trying to make Ben 10. I'm trying to get at least 2 monsters that are bigger than his Dakini. Because I'm feeling the Dakini. I know it's coming. And so both my Ben 10 and my Saffira are bigger than a non-Eda 10 boosted Dakini. And we have life points to spare, so we can afford to wait. What I would really want is for him to not have that Senju, or whatever monster he's gonna. Yep, see, there's a Dakini. Whatever monster he's gonna follow up with. So then I could summon Dakini and just be able to destroy the one monster. But we're gonna see why we have enemy controllers for the mirror matchup. We protect with our Machine Angel Ritual. clutch part of the cards coming through. Tribute our Benten, which held off the Bikini assault admirably. And now we're gonna tribute take Ritual Summon. Goodbye Venu. Hello my Bikini. And now we're just gonna quickly mop up these scoops. Thank you for watching.